Hi everyone, Christina from EdTech, and in this session we are learning a little bit about Google Calendar. There are many different features to Google Calendar, so today we are just focusing on two main features, which is creating an event in your Google Calendar as well as adding a coworker's calendar so that it is viewable to you. Now, the first thing you'll want to do to access your Google Calendar is to log into your Google account. You can do that by and once you do that, you can find the waffle, the gray waffle right here, and click on it and find calendar. If the calendar is not an app that pops up, it's usually underneath the more apps down here. So I'm going to click on my calendar, and once you'll get into your calendar, you'll notice that I have quite a few different events going on that I need to be aware of because I am following a lot of different people's calendars. Now, before I talk about that, I'd like to look right up here at the very top. These different arrows are where you change between the months. So right now I am looking at the month of January. Over here is this drop-down menu is where you change what kind of view you would like. I always like to have the month view, but a lot of people like to work in the week view as well. This settings button right here is where you can change a lot of your settings and preferences. And of course, you have your gray waffle, which has all of your G Suite applications. Now over to the left-hand side, this is probably the key importance for today's lesson because this is how you can add a coworker's calendar. You can see that you have your calendar right here, and I even set up a few different reminders and tasks for myself. But then other calendars right down here are all of the calendars that I follow from different people in our school district network. So to add somebody's calendar, you go right here and you can search them by either name or by their email address. And I heavily suggest that you try this by searching for the EdTech calendar, because the EdTech calendar is going to have all of our EdTech sessions uploaded into the calendar, and you can get notifications of when different sessions are happening. So to find the EdTech calendar, you simply write EdTech, and we are edtech at colsd.org. You can click on it, and then you'll see an EdTech calendar pop up. And I want to show you what that looks like. If I just click over to these three little buttons here, I can do the display only, and you'll see that all the EdTech sessions are uploaded for January as well as February and so on and so forth. Now, to be able to view all the other calendars that I have, you simply just go back and click these boxes, check mark them, and you'll start to see all the other events. Now, to make a new event in your in your calendar, you just find the date that you would like. Let's say I have an event happening February 5th. I find an opening on February 5th and I click on it, and you enter the title. So let's call this one a practice meeting. And I would like to do a little bit more options for you guys. So right underneath here, I know you can't see because of my picture, but right underneath here, it says more options. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to expand this area for me to write information about my event details. Let's start with the date. Make sure that the date is correct. Do I want this to be an all-day event? No, I don't. So I unclick it, and I can change the time. Let's say I want this meeting to be at 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And I don't want this meeting to repeat. It is a one-time meeting, but if it was a repeating meeting, like a PLC meeting that happens every week, I could change it to weekly, and it'll just be added to my calendar every single week. Down below, you see all these different event details, and then a place to add descriptions. Let's say, please bring your notebook as a description. And then to the right is where you see all the guests that you can add. You can also change what the guests can do if they can modify the event, invite other people to the event, or see guest lists. So to add an event or to add a person to your event, you simply write in their name or their email address. I'm going to invite Patsy. I'm going to invite Patsy to this meeting and press save. When I press save, because I invited somebody to my calendar event, it's going to send them an email if I press send. Now, I don't want this to actually go to Patsy because this is a practice, but if she were to receive this email, it would go straight to her email, and then it would also go straight to her Google Calendar, and she'll be able to see it on her calendar. So I'm going to exit out of this because these are just practices, so I'll discard my changes. But that's basically all that you do to add people or add an event to your calendar. And then also, before you leave for the day, please try to add the Ed Tech calendar by going over to add a coworker's calendar and putting Ed Tech in here, and you'll be able to follow all of the events that we have in our school district. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help, and I hope you have fun.